Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take 1.
Action!
Whose work am I doing? Well, I guess, we're doing the work of AKAPAD, the film buff, of myself, with all of you in tow. What the hell am I getting at? Guys, it's Sunday. I'm re-recording this just because I watched this movie again. And there's just parts that I absolutely love. I think we're at a very high end when it comes to storytelling. Great animation. Continuation of a lot of the themes we like in Lilo and Stitch. But then I get a little bit frustrated. And I go through Disney Plus. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, where's the continuity flow of all of this? Does Disney have anything to guide me through the Lilo and Stitch television series, Lilo and Stitch the movie, Stitch the movie, Lilo and Stitch 2, Leroy and Stitch, and then right now, we're in a whole new territory, the live action Lilo and Stitch that's probably going to get a sequel because that thing's just printing money. And you go to Disney Plus and there's no aggregate. There's no introduction. There's nothing on it. Like, you go to Disney Plus now and you get Predator, Hunter of Hunters. And it's just like, what is this? Right? Like, I don't want to see this on Disney Plus. So whose work am I doing? I'm doing the work of Disney, trying to bring to light and document a little bit of what this is. Like, what is Lilo and Stitch? So we're doing like weeks long of a deep dive, watching the material, reabsorbing the material. And then we get something else. So I'm hoping that Disney Plus, and guys, I don't have all my time to memorize how some of these menu systems work and how, like, HBO Max, Disney Plus, how they aggregate their content and display it for their users. I spend a lot of time scrolling through movies, though, on home pages because I try and keep track of everything new. That's my bandwidth. So I'm thinking somewhere along in Disney Plus, somewhere along the line, there's a Disney sequel, like an animated sequel category. There's none of that. And why is that important? Because we have to put things in context. We have to go back in time. Disney, as they found a new model with these live action remakes, Disney found a model with straight to DVD, straight to VHS, video, straight to the stores. We're bypassing theaters. But Disney found a vein to tap when it comes to animated sequels. Some of these franchises, if we want to call them that, like, for example, Cinderella 2, 3, Lilo and Stitch, sequel, prequel, like, that gets 3 or 4. Lion King gets 3 or 4. Brother Bear Brother Bear gets a sequel. Beauty and the Beast, and this all started with the overwhelming success of Aladdin, Return of Jafar, and Aladdin, the Three Kings. Bambi gets a sequel. Little Mermaid, Ariel's beginning, but Little Mermaid gets a sequel. Mulan gets a sequel. The list goes on. Peter Pan, and this whole run wraps up with a exploration of a new franchise through the success of Peter Pan 2. And Tinkerbell wraps all of this up in the last 5 or 6 years with a Tinkerbell franchise that was huge at the day, aka Padders. It was often understood that these sequels, the best one was the Peter Pan, because it had a reverb effect. It just, like, baby shockwaves. But it led to but it led to Tinkerbell. It led to a huge Tinkerbell franchise. But let me say this. Stitch has a glitch. Again, surprises. I spoke about Stitch the movie being quick and on time compared to the original, and continuing a ton of these themes, a ton of lore set up in Lilo and Stitch. But Stitch has a glitch. Goes into more of this relationship between Lilo and Stitch, where we actually see them fighting like kids. It's hilarious. Stitch is trying to turn the corner. He has a meter that he colors in with a crayon. He has a good meter, and he colors in, and then when he's bad, he erases it. Really good stuff. The beginning is fantastic, where Lilo is entering into a luau hulu contest that her sister or her mother had won. So like that's the plot, and then they go on this pilgrimage. They go on this Elvis tour, and there's tons of Elvis music in this, but they go on an Elvis tour for inspiration of the luau theme or the dance theme that ends with a a bit with a chicken, by the way. And then what's the glitch part? Well, our evil doctor gets gets Stitch and has to charge him, and can't charge him until by the end of the movie he creates a new compressor to charge Stitch. And so while Stitch is powering down, he's glitching. And when he glitches, it's almost like a Wolverine berserker rage. He just blacks out and creates chaos. And Stitch's level of chaos and the almost like the cannot catch a breath attitude of this household that we see expanded in Stitch, where it's just looking a little bit like Shameless. It's so a lot of the household of Lilo and Stitch is Shameless, or it's a little bit like Roseanne or Archie Bunker. Or All in the Family. It's just it's just properly dysfunctional, and it's dysfunctional because of resources. Like the house isn't big enough. We don't have enough rooms. We don't have enough places for people to go that live here. The place is always a mess. This is the struggle of Lilo and Stitch, and we see a lot of Lilo here when she gets into this fight in the beginning of the movie, which is hilarious because Stitch is taking Polaroids of the fight, and it actually takes a selfie. Lilo is she's still sad. She still has a plight. It's hard for her to connect with her like contemporaries. Like she is alone, and Stitch is pretty much her conduit to having a normal childhood. All of these themes are here in Stitch Has a Glitch. We have an expansion of the power and the way that the world works with Stitch, meaning his alien science fiction world. This is so far, and I do want to do a little bit more of a deep dive in these animated sequels, but this is really what I consider to be the best one of these animated sequels so far. And it's like you go through this list though of these movies, and it is genius the way how Disney created this sub franchise the same way that they're doing the live action franchise. And what does all of it do? Look, we can say that Mickey Mouse fell into irrelevancy for one reason and one reason only. He didn't get enough new stuff, not enough new TV shows or movies or new reintroductions to new generations. Sure, they've tried things, but did they ever do like a full court press? Where's the Mickey straight to DVD epic? It's just not here. There's reasons for that, but what Disney does, these straight to DVD sequels, these live action remakes, they remind us of how good the originals are sometimes, and it makes us want to watch all of it. We just want to watch all of the Stitch TV series, the live action, the original, the sequels, all of it. Just for example, like we will reach a day where something like Brother Bear right? Maybe like Brother Bear gets that live action treatment, and let's just say it's different enough to truly resonate. And next thing you know, it's just spiking on Disney Plus. This is how they play the long game. Honestly, I'm not against it. I think it's aggressive. I think it's genius. I think it's a path, but it's also full of artistry. Like now, like people put a lot of time and effort in this stuff, and I think through some of these efforts, it shows, and it definitely shows in this. Like Stitch has a glitch. The level of animation is there. There's real storytelling. The animation doesn't look choppy. Is the story 100% streamlined? No. And it's hard to pinpoint that, but it feels complete when we're done. We want more when it's done. We have a good time watching it. You laugh out loud a couple times. Like I said, watch it just for the Stitch Lilo fight alone, where they're tumbling throughout the house. It's awesome. I think this is the best one of these so far. But hey, I stand to be corrected. The one I want to get to is Return to Neverland 2002. That's the one, in my view, that really became the magnifier at one time, because I remember watching that. And most of these, they're 1 hour and 20 minutes. They're not even excuse me, they're not even 90 minutes. All right, AKAPADers, for Animation Weekend, Stitch has a glitch.
Okay, that's a wrap.